So today we are going to be looking at another HeimVision product. The company reached out to me and sent me this product to review. I believe it's currently under like a crowdfunding, maybe on Indiegogo. Anyway, it's called the Assure B1. And what this does is it actually has a central base that you can hook up to 4 cameras to for some sort of a wireless security system. It sounds pretty cool. Anyway, this is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. My channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly as seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now, let's see if this Assure B1 from HeimVision is any good. Here is the wireless security camera system from HeimVision. As you can see, it's model Assure B1. So let's do a quick unboxing. I think this just slides out. So I have my directions, a QR code that I'll have to probably pull up my user manual. So in here I have what? Oh, mounting hardware, a ribbon cable, some more cables, and a block. Well, that's interesting. I got a lot of stuff in there. All right, so here is our camera itself. So it's about maybe 2 inches tall, same wide. It's a nice looking camera, feels heavy duty. And then here is our hub or our base. So what I'm going to do is got an Ethernet cable in the back and looks like an SD or micro SD card slot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the directions, download the app, and set this camera up. So our camera can either run on power through this micro USB slot, and they do include a cable, or you can put some batteries in. Now, this is important to note. Do not reverse the polarity of the batteries, meaning do not put them in backwards. So if I have the spring down here, which is typically where the negative goes on the battery, make sure I put this in correctly. Reversing the polarity would be putting them in backwards. And so what that warning shows me is this device does not have a reverse polarity protection, and you will end up frying this. So make sure you put your batteries in the correct way. It does take 4 AA batteries. I happen to have these rechargeable batteries. Yep, I did that correct, didn't I? All right. Ooh, that was exciting. Ready to pair. All right, so I have the battery set up and ready to go. All right, so to hook up your mounting, you need to give yourself a little bit of space down here. Sorry, I'm not paired yet. And just screw it in.
Ready to pair.
And then you can just tighten this up to bring that connection tight. And there you go. All right, this part right here tightens the ball socket. So now I have a nice camera set up, and clearly we have night vision because I just saw those lights turn on. All right, so let me go hook up the base station, program it to my internet, and test this camera out. As you can see, I took all those batteries out because I was getting annoyed with it saying ready to pair over and over again. So I have my micro USB plugged in. I've got some lights that have lit here. It's got a Wi-Fi connection, looks like a power. So it looks like I can either connect to a Wi-Fi or to a wired Ethernet with the Ethernet cable. So I'm going to try to set that up. I am going to download the app. I actually may already have it through another HeimVision product that I reviewed, but I'm going to follow through the QR code to download the app if I don't already have it. Just like I thought, I already had HeimSmart because I recently reviewed some HeimVision cameras. So it is telling me though, however, after I scan the QR code to update the app. So I'm going to update it. And then when that's finished for me, I'm going to bring it back in to set up our Assure B1 wireless security camera system. Just a reminder, if you're using Wi-Fi, this only supports 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi connections. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit this plus, and it shows us our available options. So it's showing me the base station, and it shows me cam 1. And as you can see, as per this video, those two are currently in crowdfunding, but we're going to install our base station. So it definitely wants me to hook it to a router, which I can do. Just give me a second. And Internet is connected. I'm actually connecting through one of my Mesh Force access points that has the Ethernet cables on the back. I do have my power plugged in. I'm going to connect my mobile phone to the same router, so I'm going to do that now. After just a few minutes of spinning, it popped up here that it's located the base. Now, I'm not showing you the entire thing because that's specific to my unit. Yours will be different, so I'm going to click Next. Actually, I didn't click Next, I just clicked the button. Now I'm going to add the camera, so for me, I'm going to have to put the batteries back in. Alright, so I have my batteries back in, and it's telling me that it's ready to pair.
Ready to pair.
There it goes. You know what's interesting? When I had 3 batteries in, it started talking, saying ready to pair, but I added the 4th battery anyway. Alright, so now it's telling me to keep this within a meter of each other. I'm going to hit Next. Now it wants me to hold this top button here, or push it 3 times. But there's also a button right here on my base station I'm going to hit 3 times. I'm going to do that both. Ready? 1, 2,
Ready to pair.
3. Let's do it a little faster.
Ready to pair. Pairing mode.
Oh, maybe I did it too slow. So do it faster. Alright, now I'm going to hit Next. Let's see if they connect.
Pairing successful.
Oh, it did connect. That was exciting. Let's see if it pulls up me on the camera. Next up, it wants us to name this camera. I'm going to have it for my yard camera, so I'm going to hit Confirm. And this, of course, is showing my other cameras that were there. Let's see. Let's hit play and see what happens. Oh, I heard the camera click. There I am. Hello. All right. So we're going to try this nighttime, daytime. We're going to see how this does. So you know what? The setup was not that difficult, right? It was pretty easy. But one thing that frustrates me is I don't like it when companies require you having a direct line Ethernet cable to run the product, because honestly, not everyone has one of those. I happen to, but in the past I haven't, because out here in the country we just don't have those things. I know people that run their whole home internet off of MiFi or a hotspot, and if that's your case, they do sell these things. They're like Wi-Fi repeaters, and you actually can log into this, take the internet from your hotspot, and this broadcasts it further around your house like it's an extender. But one thing that's important with this unit is it actually has a spot where you could hook in your Ethernet connection. Therefore, you can use products like this and others. Anyway, I like this so far, but I would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts about this HeimVision product? Had you used HeimVision stuff in the past? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you.
All right, you're all done. Fresh batteries, the base station is plugged in, you're connected to the internet, your devices are paired. Now, let's test out the camera. So the purpose of this video is I want you to see what the video footage looks like, and more importantly, I want you to hear what it sounds like. Is my mouth synced up with my words? A lot of times that doesn't happen with these kind of cameras, and that's because you're really dependent on the internet speed syncing it up. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So tell me, what do you think of the video and audio footage? So you know what feature is very unique to this camera system? It's that very bright floodlight. I don't know if you can see, but it's bright. I'll link some pictures for maybe the top view and the side, or maybe the front view if I can get it, but it's a bright floodlight. Now, this is used just for the nighttime, and the reason is yes, it does have a nighttime vision. That's typically in black and white, where this, with the floodlight, it can show the color that I'm wearing, so it gives you a clearer picture. Plus, that thing is very bright. This is what it looks like recording. I will look outside, or at least let you see outside how much area you can see, because it is very small light. It's a very small light, so I'll let you see the coverage you can see outside. So this is the more typical of the night vision, no floodlight, and so you should know using the floodlight absolutely will drain the batteries more than not, of course. So with the typical floodlight, I'm going to take a picture of what you can see and I'll post it, what it looks like, but you definitely see those red or purplish dots around the camera. But this is definitely more of a traditional nighttime vision.
For the vast majority of my testing, I've been using my rechargeable batteries. I let them run for a day, I bring them in, I hook them back up to my charging box, and then I let them charge, and then I put them back in the camera, that kind of thing. So I'm just cycling freshly charged batteries. Because I was a little nervous to plug the USB in to the camera to see if that would charge my batteries. So the last time I put fresh batteries in was 12 hours ago, and as you can see, I'm down a whole bar, right? So that means you're gonna get about 3 days max on a set of rechargeable batteries if you're not running constant power charging them. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to plug in the USB that came with this and leave my Energizer rechargeable batteries in there and see if this will charge. Let's do that. Here is the moment of truth. I actually have the camera right here upside down. You can see that it's actually still on, but it'll be down here upside down. I do have my 4 Energizer rechargeable batteries, and they are all in correct orientation. So let's plug this in and see what happens. All right, so I am plugged in here. I'm plugged into a power source. It looks like it says my batteries are charging. That's interesting. So I'm gonna let this sit for about a half hour or so, and then I'm gonna come back to it to see if I've recharged my battery fully. It's been a little over 30 minutes, and as you can see, we are still charging our batteries, or at least it's on the charge mark. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug this so it's no longer charging. I will say when I touch these batteries, they feel warm, right? Not hot, but warm. But I'll be interested to see if we have a full wait, that's weird. Why does it still say I'm charging? I have disconnected the battery. Oh, there it goes. It maybe just has a little delay in communication. You know what though? It does have a full battery. So I do like that feature where it's constantly charging my rechargeable batteries. So that being said, you are going to have some sort of a power source close by, so this is always plugged in. And I guess if you have a power outage, these batteries can power the camera. Then again, you're going to need to have something to power your internet and something to power your hub or the base station. In this video, we were looking at HeimVision's newest wireless security camera system. It's called their Assure B1, and it's in a sense has a base station, and you can put up to 4 cameras. Indoor and outdoor use is what the directions tell. I have had my camera outside, although it's been under a covered porch, so there's not really any weather like rain hitting it, but it's cold, and so I know that kind of stuff is okay. I wouldn't trust it out where it's going to be rain down or snow down, because I looked at the battery pack. There is no silicone seal. I just wanted you to know that. This is Alexa compatible, although I'm not testing that. It's what the directions tell us. I don't have an Alexa, so I can't, but they do say you can hook it up to your Alexa. So let's talk about this a little bit. Well, I didn't mind the camera footage during the day. The night vision was okay, and I kind of liked that little spotlight thing. Even though the person had to be relatively close to be able to be seen, I still like it as a deterrent. I think if someone saw that, boop, they would run away, right? If you're looking for some sort of a security thing. I was kind of disappointed that this did not come with its own set of batteries, because the other HeimVision products I have internal batteries that charge. So that's something that sort of I was a little frustrated with. I would have liked to have it had its own internal batteries that maybe you can plug in and they charge over and over, just like the doorbell did. That was pretty convenient. So they do offer a free cloud service, and that being said, I'm one to say I don't trust those kind of things. It may be completely innocent whatsoever, but for me, in protecting my family and that kind of thing, I don't ever opt for cloud services. But on this unit, you can put your own internal SD card to store your video footage too, and that's what I opted to do. Anyway, this was my full review of the HeimVision Assure B1. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I kind of wish these notifications were in English. Now, this is not from this camera that I'm hooking up now. It's from my other camera, so evidently it either is telling me something, maybe it sensed motion. I'm not sure, but I kind of wish that that notification was in English.
I am 15 feet away from this camera, and really all you can see is a silhouette of me, right? You might see a little bit of light, and that's because I'm holding up my phone, because I'm looking at the video footage coming from this camera. But as I get closer to you, I can start to become clearer, but even yet, it's still hard to necessarily discern who it is that's coming to your house. Now I want to show you what it looks like with that floodlight version. Here I am again, 15 feet away, but this time the floodlight is on. And can you tell a difference? With the floodlight off, you could sort of see me better, at least in my opinion, because the night vision was working. But I'm going to get closer, and here's where the biggest difference with this floodlight becomes, is you can start to see me, at least I thought you could, a whole lot clearer and maybe make out who I am. Now, I'm squatting down because I have this camera sitting on my steps, but you can see me better up close. Now, I'm about 4.5 feet away, and so that's not really practical, but it is neat having this floodlight version. You know what, in my opinion, it could also be a deterrent. Someone sees that thing click on, they're going to hightail out of here.
I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the HeimVision Assure B1. You know, during this video, I ended up using my mesh force because I needed the Ethernet jack. And so what I would love for you to do is I would love for you to check out the review I did for this mesh force. It's a whole home Wi-Fi extender where you can take your current internet and extend it over your entire home. Pretty sweet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link that video right up here, and I would love it if you click on this link. And by the magic of the internet, when you click right here, I'm going to join you at that review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.